our second season in League One could and should, I think, be better than our first, finding ourselves at least in the playoffs, and I think we've got a decent challenge for the automatic spots. We played 3 games already in the league, got 2 wins in those, find ourselves in the 3rd round of the Cup, and the first game that we played in the league was a record breaker. So if you want to, feel free, it's not what it's called, feel free, have a little guess what the score is in the comments. Not you though, Andrew. I sent you the screenshot. That'd be cheating. Welcome back. Episode 18 now of our wonderful Wrexham adventure. As you can see, we're currently sat in 5th in the league. We've won our last 2 games competitively, which is wonderful. Ellis Sims is sat on 5 goals. And there's a little hint on the screen as to what happened in our first game. It was labelled as a dismantling, which I think is polite to the team we played. But before we jump into it all, if you could do me a favour, like, subscribe, show your support on the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. A lot of stuff going on the channel. And the last episode of this did an absolute madness. So if it could do the same again, that'd be beautiful. So we'll jump into the first game. Actually, no, before we do that, I'll just show you a few guys that we've signed since the last episode. The dog is rustling around in the corner. I'm going to have to tell him off first, and then we'll do transfers. So as we knew, Rosiak was going to be leaving us anyway on a free transfer, hence me sulking, getting rid of him. We've loaned out 3 other players in Jack Russell. He's not even that good. I just loaned him. I bought him in on a free because he had a funny name. That's a complete lie. He came through our youth, didn't he? Even better. Magnus Friis has gone out on loan to Bologna. And Dimitris Stavrakelis, there we go. He's also gone out on loan. I've sold Sebastian Breza, who was our goalkeeper. He was all right. He wasn't that bad, wasn't that good. He was just all right. Reasoning being, we had Mickey Van Sass back from his loan, and he was just better and younger, and obviously had better potential. So we just put in Van Sass back into the first team. Have we got any transfers left over from the previous season? So Stephen Gosling has come in. It's quite a lot of youngsters. You're going to see quite a repeated theme here. Left back, potential centre back as well. To be fair, I think I'd lean more towards playing him centre back. He may not even get anywhere near the first team at some point, but it's fine. We don't need to worry about that. The other one is Stavrakelis, who has gone out on loan to, oh god, why have I done this? Panseriakos in Greece, I assume. Also, Leighton Stewart on free from Liverpool. It's kind of all the youngsters dropping out of their contracts. He is 22, so youngish, valued between 1 and 1.6. Current and potential abilities are pretty strong. 5'10", relatively fast, good finishing as well. Should be all right. If not, make a little bit of money out of him. Gregor Hackett is the one that I'm kind of excited about. He came in from Dover for a dizzying £8,000, and he just looks pretty decent. 6'2", 15 jumping reach, heading of 8. That's not the best. But other than that, he looks pretty damn good. His determination's pretty strong as well. Positioning, teamwork, it just looks like an all-round good player. And he's got a star rating for the senior team. Another one that came in, Zach Swanson. Bit of versatility, can play both fullbacks. Should do a good job out there for us. Sylvester Jasper, similar thing, he can play both sides. But up front this time, left and right wing, is a Bulgarian that we came in from Fulham at the end of his contract. Followed up that with Dara O'Shea. Pretty strong centre-back that's came in. 6'2", good jumping reach. Actually understands how to head a ball as well. I think he's scored a goal already for us this season, which is handy. Only issue being, came through at Baggies, and they're a bit naff. Luke Plange, half because he's a good player, half because of the name. Either way, his value's quite heavy. He's only played 2 games for us off the bench and done okay in them both. And Wade Beck, who's our most recent signing, he's only a loanee from Forest, but he looks pretty decent. And he should fill in that little gap we have at kind of centre attacking mid. We don't really have too many quite good players there. But this way I'm kind of leaning towards our youth team. But I didn't want to just buy players for the sake of buying them. We've still got a pretty penny in our transfer kitty. So we've got 300k there, and we've still got £13,000 of wages. I'm just thinking, what's the point in signing players for the sake of signing them? I've got a lot of good youngsters, so I'm going to make use of them. So we started it with our first game of the season, and an 8-0 win against Plymouth. 8. This is the number that you get, and then they put the letters for the word, just for the number, because 8. Who scores 8 in a game? We do. Ellis Sims starts with a hat-trick, and then White, Thompson, Jasper, Hughes, and Van Sass scored as well, because why not? Oh, also, forgot about this. They have a fella up top in Kabongo Shamanga. He left us at the end of his contract. He was good, but I could see him like not getting as much football, so I let him go. 35 goals from 69 games for us. Nice. And then outside of that as well, Matthias Sarkic. Doesn't actually have any affiliation to us directly, but I tried to sign him, and he chose to go to Plymouth instead. So we scored 8 goals past him as sort of retribution. That cheered me up. Outside of that, we had a 1-1 win, almost, against Blues in the first round of the EFL Cup, beating them on penalties. We were flawless in the shootout, and Tahith Chong missed theirs. Followed that up with a 1-0 loss against Cambridge. Yes, we won 8-0, lost 1-0. And on top of that, we should have just won that game. We just should, but we couldn't score, unfortunately. Then playing Bristol Rovers, 1-0 win. This is the game that Dara O'Shea got his goal. And most recently, the second round of the Cup, we played Sutton, who were another team from our division, but like one of the weaker ones, scoring 5 against them. Sims getting another 2 goals for his tally. Broadhead, Wing getting a penalty. Didn't give it to the goalie this time, wouldn't let me change. And Matty Funnell finishing the scoring. So we have Shrewsbury, who are a rival of ourselves and a promotion rival as well. So we're predicted to be 9th. But if we... Do you know what? If we do what I think we can do, we can get up there. Oh my God, Plymouth were one of the teams that got relegated. I thought they were weak. That's rather amusing. Get in the bin, you bunch of pirates. So the team we're going to line up with has Van Sass in goal. Dishon Bernard is moved out now to right back. Very capable centre back and right back. But we're going to make use of him out wide this season. O'Shea and Thornley as our centre backs, with Maxwell left back. Harvey White and Wing as our centre defensive mids, with Jasper, Thompson and Beck completing the midfield. And Ellis Sims up top. So we've got a nice little mixture of players there. I am going to swap Wing and White around. I just realised that I've got the more defensive-minded of the two in the more aggressive role. So swap them 2 around, and we'll see where we play. I do like to play with quite a zoomed-out camera, so if it is too far and it hurts your little eyes, then let me know, so I can feel slightly guilty about ignoring you. We are 7 minutes into the game. We're doing all right. We haven't had a shot yet, but they've had one for a dizzying XG of 0.04. So we'll have a little shout. We'll get some encouragement on the boys. And hopefully get some little green faces. And the ball in their net. I'm kind of hoping to not score 8 in this game, because it might take a little while. And nobody needs that. Maxwell has the ball out on the left side for us. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, because kind of like a third of this isn't even pitch. We did get intercepted, but okay, Wing didn't pick up the loose header. That's fine, don't worry about it. Trevor Brooking heading down the right side, puts it in towards Barry at the back post. Van Sass, he tips it on to... what have you done there? How have you managed to give away a corner in that position? Don't worry about it, it's fine. Maris is putting in the corner for him at the bottom of the screen. Puts it up towards Udo at the back post. Van Sass collects comfortably. He's got a guy out here in Acre. Okay, no, it's right. Didn't want to see the attack. Don't worry about it. Plymouth are currently sat on -5 goal difference and 7 points. So their other 3 games, they've won 2 and drawn 1, and they've still got a -5 goal difference. That might be entirely due to ourselves. Fleming has the ball out on the left side for Shrewsbury now. Completely forgot who we're playing. Udo gets intercepted by Bernard. Got a few bodies inside. Gets it towards Beck. Doesn't. Beck slide tackles mid-air, which is good of him. Oh, Barry's nodded it on for Price, who appears to have a mohawk. He's gone for a lob. Van Sass was there. He's equal to it. Don't you worry about it. He knew it was going wide and still called it just for the memes. Thornley into White. I would prefer to have Annesley as our other centre-back, but he's a little bit tired at the moment. We've got quite a good kind of base for rotation at the moment, which is good. The only thing I do want to bring in is a little bit more strength up top, and maybe kind of a next tier striker from Sims. Sims is good, but I want someone great. There's a fellow that we're looking to bring in on loan from Stuttgart, who should hopefully get confirmed by the end of this video, who was actually suggested by my assistant manager or whoever it is when you get them to have a look at transfers. And most of the time, horseshit, if we're honest, absolute crap. But this fella is actually pretty damn useful. 40 minutes on the clock now. We're doing all right. Cover 3-0 up against Sutton with 2 penalties and a hat-trick for Gyökeres? I don't know how to pronounce this fella's name. Oh, Lewis Wing's gone. He's out of here. That's a shame. We'll put in Bowden for him. He should be able to do a pretty good job. Thompson looks pretty naff out here, but it's because they rotate. I'm not going to bring Plange on. We'll let that crack through. We have got Plange as another striker if needs be. He can play out wide. But, as I say, they're both, like, decent. They're both pretty good strikers, but I want someone very good. So, I'm hoping to run through the end of the transfer window in today's video. And then we can have a little look. See what we've got to finish that off. But we wumbling our way into the second half. We've still yet to score. We've only had 1 shot on target from the 6 shots, which isn't ideal, considering we've got work ball into box. So I'm going to turn that off, go expressive, hopefully see a little change for the good. But realistically, this is a sort of game that will come out maybe with a draw. It's away from home against one of the other strong teams in the division and a rival. But I want to win. Of course we do. We always want the win. Rochester has the ball in towards Maris in the middle. Got a little space to run into. Hopefully he doesn't take advantage of it. Oh, that's a very poor goal for us. For them, it was pretty decent. No, he wasn't. It's disallowed. Get out of here. How far offside was he? Pretty far, to be fair. I really should have spotted that myself. I was too busy sulking. 52 on the clock. It's still 0-0. Price with a free kick. Puts it towards Barry. And Van Sass collects. A few people up top for us. The guy, centre attacking mid, still pottering about. Just find a teammate. Don't just lump it up front wildly. I mean, he kind of did. But Thompson just couldn't find a teammate with his header. Udo's controlled that somehow. Brooking. Right, have we got that? How have we made 3 tackles and every tackle gone directly back to one of their players? In the rules of FM, that means they're going to score. Oh, Barry. I could read this game inside out. I hate it so much sometimes. Louis Barry scored as well. That's another little kick in the teeth. 5-5, 5-5 on the clock. I don't want to watch this again. We all saw it happening before it actually did so. Looking at the match momentum, all us until the second half when apparently they've decided to start playing football, which isn't preferable. Bayliss has the ball outside and he rattles the crossbar. We need to sort ourselves out. I'm going to go back to working the ball in the box. I'm going to leave it on being expressive though. It does drop us down to 10th, which isn't ideal. There's an hour on the clock, so we are going to make our subs now. We've got 5 to make in total. So we're going to bring Hughes on for Jasper, Plange on for Thompson. Annesley's going to come in for Thornley. Who else have we got? Matty Funnel. Ooh, you can come in for Ellis Sims. Yeah, why not? Is Wade Beck more suited to be a striker? No. Neither of them are, to be fair. It's fine. We'll get a goal out of them, hopefully. Jasper on the left side. Nowhere near the ball. Our subs haven't actually been made yet. But Maxwell pops it back to Bowden. Right back in acres of space. White, Beck. Out to Bernard now. The wingers here. Oh, we've just kicked it out their player. Still, no, we've lost possession again. Barry, Shrewsbury, pushing forward. Shrewsbury or Shrewsbury? I call him Shrewsbury. I might be completely wrong. I also don't call the animal Shrews. So, who knows? We've still only had 1 shot on target. I'm going to take us off being expressive. Pass directness can go up. Why not? Try and be a little bit more urgent with our play. I don't think it's going to do a thing, but we'll give it a shot. Price. Lofts it forward. Beck nods it on. Funnel isn't able to get his head on that. And Rochester picks up for him. This is a slow build for us. 69 on the clock. Nice. Van Sass. Annesley. Bowden. Look at this. Look at us go. Nice. Look. Got him. Feed him. Feed him back. Use your eyes, man. Use your eyes. Ah, that winger was wide open then. Maxwell. Over to Plange. I nearly called him Plunge then. That's definitely not his name. Price. Cooper lumps it forward. Van Sass came out to try and meet it. And he's caught the ball as well. That's pretty handy. I'm going to move us to attacking. And I'm going to do another shout as soon as I physically can. We literally have done nothing in the second half, which is less than helpful. Still only had one shot on target. Fleming has a throw-in on the left side. For the Shrews. White, back to Bernard. Whenever you want, guys. Just kick it. Kick it wildly upfield. That's going to help us. Don't know why I made the passing more direct, because it very rarely does anything useful for us. Hughes, in towards Funnel, nods it into Beck. Right, acres of space on this left side now. Let's drive forward, do something with it. Maxwell. Still going. Ah, and first time I've seen their goalkeeper's name. That's not a good sign. Marko Moroshi? Possibly? Is he Czech? Slovak. Should know that. Me and Andrew have got a save in Slovakia with the wonderful MSK Zelina. So if you haven't been watching that, keeping abreast of it, you really should. It's the third team that we're on now. Ah, look at this. We've actually got some momentum. We're doing things. It's going to be too little too late. We all know that. But it's nice for us to actually be trying stuff. Shrewsbury with the win push themselves up to third, should they keep it that way. We've dropped down to 10th. If we can pick up the win, we'll go all the way up to 4th, which would be preferable, but is looking increasingly unlikely. It's 3 or 4 minutes left on the actual clock. Yeah. Do you know when I said at the start of the video that we're going to challenge for the automatic spots? We need to beat teams like this to do so, and doesn't look like we're doing it. Danger. Funnel. He's definitely onside. We've only gone and done it. I'm not going to drop us back. I'm going to hold on to this. We've got 2 minutes left. If we can carry this through, score another one, and we win this game, then we win in the league. We're not even getting promoted. Look, do you see how quick that took me to change? This is why I can't deal with playing this game. It stresses me out too much. 1-1. 10 seconds after the 90. We will actually watch because it was quite close, to be fair. That is pretty damn close. Puts us back into 7th. Shrewsbury down to 5th. There's 15 seconds or so of the game left. It seems that it's going to run out to a draw. But do you know what? Pretty decent draw. And in the end, we've looked the team more likely to win that. 2.17. Don't know why I've worded it like that. Either way, it's a draw. Overall, we should have won that. But until we scored, I got to be honest, I don't think we deserved it. We needed to go massively aggressive and learn that shorter passing is more effective than being more direct, which is kind of what our old formations developed around, so not 100% sure what I was thinking about. The transfer deadline has been and gone. We've made 3 more signings since you were with us. There was the guy that I was talking to you about earlier, Daniel Skriel, maybe? I don't know. He's came in, versatile, can play both wings. Pretty good for us. Should do a pretty good job going forward as well. And he looks at a pretty good calibre for us, should I say. He's coming in £2,800 a week wages. So we're not really expecting to pay a lot there. They are expecting us to play him on the left side as an inside forward. But with us rotating, he'll play that at least half the time he's on the pitch. So if we can put him on that left side as the starting role, then hopefully that should satisfy what they want. The other guys brought in on deadline day, quite expensive. I'll go with Georgie Hurst first. I think I'm pretty sure I did overpay for this fella, to be honest. But he's a different type of striker for us. I know we've got Ellis Sims, who is tall, but he's a little bit more pacey and kind of clinical. But he can do that tall kind of big man role if needs be as well. But Georgie Hurst comes in. He's a little bit slower. He's quite a bit stronger. He's got much better jumping reach and heading. His finishing's quite strong as well, so he should do a good job for us. He came in on a free from Leicester, but he's valued between 6 and 7.4 million. So even if we have him for a few seasons and he doesn't quite do what we want, we can make use of him, or at least make some money from him, should I say. We can make use of him, is where I was trying to go, on the wings as well. He can go out there as a target forward or an inside forward as well. It's just that with his lack of pace, it might be worth kind of trying to avoid that. And I'm considering trying to train Mr. Sims to be a winger instead. But that's something I'll look at over the next few months in game. And then the other signing we bought in, all the times I skipped between those two, was Ethan Laird. So he's kind of taken over from the other fella that I brought in that can play both fullbacks. But he's coming in at a much better level than him. He can play left back or right back, both pretty competently, either aggressively or defensively, and is a really good player either way. He's 5.5k wages, so it's still quite a bit for us, but it's not as much as we were paying. It's also, I think, less than what we paid Ollie Palmer when he left, which is just farcical, but who am I to question the man's wage? I think I offered him a contract at one point as well, so I'm probably the one that should be questioning him, because I'm the one that gave him. He's got quite a lot of experience. Championship, he played 16 games last season, and the season before as well, so he's got experience in a higher division, and with Georgie Hurst, he's valued between 4 and 5 million at the very least. So even if he's not very good for us, we'll still make a bit of money for him, but I think he will be quite useful, to be fair. He is injury prone and isn't particularly keen on big matches though, which is a little bit of a question. But outside of that, I think we've done a pretty strong window. I have a confession. My game crashed a little bit, so I had to play through the Shrewsbury game again on, what's it called? Instant result. I made sure to change the save file so it saves automatically after the game, and then ran it on an instant result, and it was just fortunate that it finished 1-1 because I wouldn't have had a chance to change it outside of that, which is helpful. But we came through looking the stronger team this time, but still with the same result. Our goal scorer changed, but Louis Barry still scored for them, so that doesn't really bother me, to be quite honest. It leaves us as well, just before we go, looking against Sky Bet League 1 on the season preview. We are now the 5th best team, apparently. So we're looking to build that up. And obviously, all we're going to do is improve there, because we've got quite a lot of young players who should all be getting much better towards the end of the season. We're going to jump back for... I'm not going to come back for the Sheffield United game. I'm going to go with hope that we'll get past them. Hopefully. And then either we'll see who we get in the next round of that. If we pick up a Premier League team or a weaker side, we might come back there. Or we'll come back, I don't know, potentially the first round of the FA Cup. I'm not sure. We'll have a little look, see where we go. We'll be back in a few months' time, and I'll keep you up to date on the start of that next episode. But if you have enjoyed this one, as I mentioned earlier, like, subscribe, it would be wonderful. It does really help on the channel. We've got some items on screen as well, so you can carry on watching. And thank you very much for your time.